On the phone is Amanda, who's Amy's cousin, who is also a medium. Hey, Amanda, how would you describe? Are you a psychic, a medium? What's the correct? What do I say?
I'm all sorts of things. I'm a psychic. I'm a precognitive. I'm a medium. So I can see into the past and the future, and then dead people show up.
Wow. And so you and Amy have been friends and cousins forever. Did you guys know each other as kids?
Yes.
Yeah, since we were born. Since we were born. I was born in October, and then Amy, what's your birthday? Like February, March?
March, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long time.
So,
And Amanda, where are you right now?
I am in Belize. We relocated to Belize in July, and so it's been a massive transition. We've been renovating a house and simplifying our life, and it's been a real joy and also super, super big challenge.
Are you doing a lot of psychic work in Belize?
Not in Belize. I mean, a little bit of work here with the local people and people that I'm meeting. There's a lot of, really rich Mayan history here, so the land is very powerful and nature. But, my clients are all over the world. So I do work remotely with clients, not just in the U.S., but all over the place.
Well, a little bit last year when we had you on, I was like, come on. And then you nailed some stuff. Like, you really did. So much so that I asked Amy, I said, hey, can we get her back on? Because as much as I don't consider myself a believer, you nailed so many things that I thought,
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was like, just in case, let's get her on again. So here she is. Here's Amanda, everyone.
Yay.
Let's see what we have here. Amanda, now do I need
Listen, you guys, y'all gave me a hard time last year. Y'all gave me a run for my money. So this feels good.
Yeah, we do that. But here's what we do on this show. If we like you, we give you a run for the money. Like, we don't bust anyone's chops like we bust our own chops. So here is Amanda. Amanda, I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? Now, do you need to stretch or do you need to, I don't know.
I'm going to take some deep
rub
breaths,
a stone?
Okay. So I'm going to get in this. Hold on a second. Let me get my crystal ball.
Now, I don't know if you're kidding or not.
Serious?
She's kidding.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm totally kidding. Although I do love crystals. They're pretty magical, and they have some pretty incredible properties. But
Okay.
I don't have a crystal ball.
Amy's cousin, Amanda's on. She's a psychic. How many clients do you think you have, Amanda? This is not a question about psychic. Like, how many clients do you think you work with?
Probably 2,000 or 3,000.
Wow.
I have clients all over the world. I have clients, a lot in the United States. And after the show, a lot of your listeners became clients and called in. And first of all, your listeners love you guys. They're super loyal. But I got a lot of new clients from you all just across the United States. So that's been a huge blessing. I appreciate that. But yeah, I've got clients in anywhere from India to Rome, Kosovo, the UK, Australia, a couple Canadians, so all over the place.
Okay. Let me take a deep breath as well. Let me rub my stone. All right. Question number one, and I'm going to preface this by saying that I didn't have a girlfriend all of 2019, and you predicted that. You said you're not going to get a girlfriend in for a whole year, and I thought you're crazy. And I got a girlfriend in 2020 recently. Can you tell me?
Okay.
Tell me what's happening with my new relationship. Like, what do you foresee happening here?
Can you give me either like her birthday or her name, just something so I can grab onto her energy?
Yeah, her birthday's in January. Her name's Caitlin.
Okay. Wow, she's pretty determined. Like, she's pretty headstrong. She holds her own. She feels like she really holds her ground. And she's very smart, yet she's really, there's a humility about her. And that's one of the things that you like, that she's a little bit of a mystery, but you like her fierce determination. That's what they're showing me. But she's going to give you a run for your money in a lot of new ways, even emotionally, which is good for you. You need to be busted open and vulnerable in relationship, and you're learning to do that, and you're ready to do that. Something about your energy is actually quite different than the last time we talked. It feels like you've really done a lot of really deep work, and you did deep work kind of in a solitary way last year. So anyway, you're ready for this relationship. She's a different vibration. She's a different person than you have been in relationship with, and she's going to balance you out in ways that make you feel safe. You usually make people feel safe. She's going to help you feel safe. Does that make sense?
Sure. I mean, pretty accurate. So, I mean, in your mind, do I end up with this girl or no?
Okay, hold on. Let me give it a chance. Give it some time because I think you're going to freak out. I think like middle of the year, like May-ish. I mean, I think you're in it right now. When you're in something, Bobby, you're in it. So I think you know that about you. Like when you commit, it takes a lot for you to commit. And when you open yourself up and commit, you're in it. But I think you're going to you personally are going to go through some highs and some lows because she's going to challenge you in ways you haven't been challenged. And don't feel threatened by it. Know that you need that kind of force, that kind of grounding. And she feels private. She's not a real public person. I don't know what she does for a living, but she doesn't feel like she's out there on the stage, like she's not. Is she famous or no? She doesn't feel famous.
She's not famous at all.
Okay, which is good for you. Like you need that intimacy. You need that alone time. You need that privacy to be able to help you feel not just safe, but just remember that she's going to make you feel safe. And that's not the norm for you. You normally make people feel safe. Okay. So that's where I think your biggest challenges are.
All right, Amy's cousin
but
is
something's happening in
Amanda, who's a psychic. If our listeners are just turning on, I want to make sure they know who we're talking to. We have a psychic on. Right? Yeah, go ahead, Amy.
Well, Amanda, you mentioned something was happening in May, or that he was going to. I don't know. I didn't know if there was more force behind that.
It feels like May is going to be like an interesting month, not just for Bobby, but maybe even for the show. And I don't know, Bobby, if you're making some big decisions right now and making some changes, but like in your heart, it feels like you have some new dreams. And so it feels like that's coming up for review this year, and then you're balancing a new relationship. So it feels like come May, and I don't know what they're saying May, and I mean, it could be April, it could be the springtime. They just show me certain symbols. And so come that time, it feels like you may be challenged, but remember that the challenges that come up are little tests for you to evolve, to shift up, to really face things with empowerment versus that ego-based fear, that voice in your head.
Okay. How about
And you're also, let me tell you something else that they're telling me if you want to know. They're also showing me that you worry about the people around you. You always have since you were little. And so some of your fears that are going to come up this year about worrying about how the decisions you make impact the people around you, like your team, the people that you love the most, the people that you trust. And just know that as long as you are choosing things that feel in line with your dreams, everyone will be okay, even more than okay.
All right. Next question. What's going to happen this year, new or maybe not new, in my career? Like, do you foresee any new opportunities?
I do. I mean, and that's the biggest thing. It feels like a year where you step out on a little bit of a new path, and I don't know if you're planning on taking on more roles or responsibilities where you stand alone. And I don't know if there's like opportunity for you to host something else by yourself or produce, I don't know if you're thinking about producing something but it feels like there's a couple of new creative projects that have come your way, and you're trying to figure out which one feels right to you. I don't know if you have a few options coming up, but they're showing me that you're going to have options. And for you, the biggest thing is making sure that you're following what your dreams are today, because your dreams today aren't necessarily the dreams you had a year ago. I mean, you've always wanted to do what you want to do, but your dreams are changing. So make sure that the choices you make feel aligned with where your heart is right now.
Ray,
do you have some options right now?
I do.
Does that make sense?
And to have a lot of television options. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
She can see it.
Okay, well, I'm excited for you, but you're going to have options. Just know that everybody around you, like Amy and your crew and everybody, they're great. Like, everybody's going to be okay. You're kind of worried about how everybody else is going to do, and so they're saying it's okay for you to really follow what you want right now. Everybody's going to be okay.
Yeah, you do. You
have a big heart.
All right.
We'll get jobs.
Yeah, we'll be good, dude. Don't worry about us.
What about, I'm going to ask a question about Raymundo, who is our producer. He's going to get married in October. So I'm going to switch it up to him a little bit. Will I be in his wedding? Do you foresee me being a groomsman?
I mean, I guess. I mean, this didn't take a psychic to guess this. I mean, I guess you guys are close. And I don't really listen to shows, so I sure hope so.
Yeah, me too. All right.
So they don't tell you that.
Who's they?
Ask her.
So they is, and I clarify this with my clients, when I start to channel and get in that space, they is like the highest version of yourself. So your higher self, past, present, future versions of you show up like a collective or a choir. So I just call you they. So it's not like there's ghosts or guides that are telling me stuff. It's the highest version of you all, and it's very multidimensional. It's the best way I can explain it.
let me roll down some quick answers and just tell me what you're feeling with these on quick answers. Will I get engaged this year?
Possibly. Actually, if it's not this year, it will be early next year, and you're going to do something like sentimental. So it feels like if it's not at the very end of the year, like November, December, it'll be January or February. So it's somewhere in that. It's right up against the end of the year or the beginning of next year.
What?
Dang.
That's like, whoa.
Will I ever have children?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
I have
It's going to rock your world. But you will get children. Well, do you have a dog? Like, have you gotten a dog?
I was literally about to ask about my new dog. I've had him for about 11 months now.
She knew that.
So I have a dog. What's up with that?
Uh-huh. Okay, wait, tell me your dog's name.
His name is Stanley.
Does he feel, like, familiar to you? Does he feel like a dog? I mean, like, does he act like another dog you've had or, like, display traits that are, like, eerily similar?
He's just a puppy. He's just an idiot. We're struggling right now. My other dog was an idiot, too. But I love him, but we're trying.
Maybe that's the common denominator. And speaking of, one of your really big listeners, she actually became a client of mine, and she just got a dog, a really cute dog, and she named it Baby Bobby Bones.
Nice. Nice. Oh, and so how's my dog feel about me?
I mean, you're like the best dad ever. And also that's where you have learned to cultivate vulnerability, and that safe space and that safety of being a nurturer and a caregiver. But right now your dog is testing you. I mean, and you said he's being a little bit of an idiot, but right now he's testing you to shift and to be a little less controlling, to relinquish, some of your fears. So just to kind of let him be, but also be boss at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, let me see what I want to end on here. Will anyone from this radio show go on a different career path this year?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if you have interns and stuff, like that, they're not showing me that really clearly. So I guess maybe interns might take a change. But if anybody does, maybe it's Lunchbox. Maybe Lunchbox will be your wild card and decide, he wants to, do something different.
We've got so much here. We have Amy's cousin Amanda, who's a psychic on the phone. Last year, we laughed. And we nailed.
And I purposely, Amanda,
and she nailed so many things.
Right, hold on. And Amanda, I just want to clarify, we were texting about a few family things, like your mom, like our moms were super close. Her mom has cancer, so I was checking up on her mom. And that's basically where I left it, because I didn't want to catch up on anything else, because I wanted you to come in like clean slate. And I could tell Bobby, we have not talked in a long time. She moved, she left the country. She doesn't even live here. So we haven't talked about anything. And I know she doesn't listen.
No, we have. And I don't know anything about your children. I mean, I follow you on Instagram, and so I know that the children are well and whatnot, but we haven't caught up at all. So, and Amy, can we talk about Amy for a second?
Would love it.
For her this year?
Go ahead. Would love it.
Okay.
So, Amy, it feels like last year was super emotional for you. It was like it tested you, and obviously you've got the kids, and I know, that is a beautiful thing, but it's also hard juggling work and home, and also the challenges of, assimilating and getting the kids integrated here in the States. But so that was emotional. But this year, it's going to feel like you are on your feet again. You're going to feel more focused, and you're not going to feel as pulled in 25,000 directions. So know that you're going to feel more grounded. You're going to feel back like you're in your zone, and you're really focused on what you want to do. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are a couple of new opportunities that come your way, that are in your heart and in your dreams. And they feel philanthropic, too. So I don't know if it's with the Pimp and Joy stuff, or even maybe hosting another show. I know you do your podcast, but it feels like other opportunities are coming your way that are really aligning with your dreams as well. It's a different kind of breakthrough year for you.
I mean, she's so money right now that it's just
I don't even know what's going on.
I know. Amanda,
able to tap in.
Amanda, have you talked to my mom lately?
You know what? I talked to her the other day, because you know how much I love her, and she's around, and she was around when my mom came and visited in Belize, and we were just laughing about her. But what she's showing me, hold on, let me ask her what she wants to tell you. She's talking about a ring or something. Do you have a ring of hers?
Yes.
Okay, she's talking about a ring, and it's like gold. It's small.
Yes.
Do you have a gold ring? Okay, she's talking about that, and she's talking like she says her energy is in that, and just know that she's really proud of you. She says she knows that what you're doing. I'm about to cry. She said the work that you're doing right now, especially with the kids. She says you're a really great mom, and she says even though you push hard to be everything for everyone. She says she knows that you struggle sometimes, and you're really doing an amazing job, and your children love you. She said she wants you to know how proud, and she's also proud, and this is for Christy too, that how much you all express love to your children. She says that wasn't her biggest gift. I mean, even though I know she was super loving, we know that like she loved y'all, she loved me, but she says you all express it in ways, your vulnerability that she wasn't able to do, and she says she's really, really proud of that and your faith and your walk with God. So she says just stay strong in that.
Okay.
Well, listen, Amanda, you've done it again. You've touched on some things that I didn't think anybody knew. There are a couple things where Amy and I looked each other in the eyes and was like, how does she know this?
Yeah.
But maybe she doesn't.
No, I tell you what, it's my gift, and all I'm able to do is to get into the field, and I move myself out of the way, and I just get into that positive potential, and they show me what I'm supposed to see to help you materialize whatever it is that is in abundance and alignment with your higher power.
So if I want to send listeners to check you out, like you have an Instagram or a website or something you would like me to put out there?
Absolutely. I've got my personal website where I do my work. It's called Soul Pathology, SoulPathology. And then I've also got another project with a good friend. We have Wise Guys Advice. That's astrology and numerology. We've got a podcast and all sorts of great tools and resources to help you really magnetize and uplift your 2020.
There you go. Thank you very much. As always, we love having you on. We doubted you, but I don't know that we doubt her as much anymore. I'm being honest with you.
And Amanda, you know how hard that is for me because obviously, I love you and your family, but I'm like, I don't know. but I love you.
I know. Well, and you know what? Well, I appreciate you guys, and thanks so much for having me on. And I just want to say that I really did get some amazing clients last year, even though y'all gave me a hard time. And that helped expand my client base more. So thank you guys for sharing my work and also tuning in.
All right, there she is. Amanda, good to talk to you, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon and tell you how right you were.
Okay, hey, I want to hear about your girlfriend, so I need to be kept in the loop on that.
All right, consider the loop. Well, I probably won't talk to you again soon.
Probably
but
2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Amanda.